We're here. I wish I could give this feeling. I wish I could give this feeling. On the corner. What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Corner Podcast. Kel Dansby here with old man Andreas and Kel, back in the building. A year older, a year wiser. Coming at you guys from Blue Irish Studios in the Wynn Resort in Las Vegas. Dre, we're talking MMA today, but really, we're starting off. How was the birthday? You weren't here. Everyone gave you well wishes.
I ain't do shit. I went and gambled.
You're very old.
Yeah, I went and ate. I did. Actually, I talked to rapper Big Pooh the day before because his birthday's on the 12th. Chuck Creekman from All Hip Hop, his birthday's on the 12th, so we always text each other. Like, what are you doing? We've been doing this for, Pooh just reminded me. Me and him been friends for 20 years. So we were like, damn, we old. Like, what do you do now? And Pooh was like, I went and ate a steak, and then I went to sleep. Like, sounds like a plan.
It sounds about what I do on my birthday, too.
Yeah.
Get a
So
steak.
I went to a bunch of cocktail lounges with my wife, drank a bunch of different shit, played some slot machines, made some money, ate, went to sleep.
Where'd you go to eat?
This time I went to Lotus Society.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
Yeah.
Going to a steakhouse this weekend. Going to California this weekend.
Okay. Wine country?
Of course.
Yeah, always.
Of course. Going to wine country, but yeah, I didn't do anything for my birthday. It was relatively boring. But what am
That's
I
how
supposed
you
to
know
do?
you old.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't
Gray's
care.
coming in thicker by the year.
Yeah,
Stop
man.
doing shit on your birthday.
Yeah, I mean, after Super Bowl week, as chaotic as that was, and then watching my Niners piss off the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
I mean,
I asked people to make fun of you. I said to wish you a happy birthday, but then make fun of you.
that's all right. I mean, look, man, you lose to the GOAT. It is what it is.
Yeah.
There's
Gotta
nothing you can
take
do
that.
about it. You gotta take that. I mean, listen, man. Look, firing Steve Wilkes is not the answer, but somebody had to be the scapegoat for that loss. Running 6 passing plays in the start of the second half after you get a pick on Patrick Mahomes, that kind of does you in. And people are like, well, you ran a CMC, 30. He had 30 touches. Give the ball to Elijah Mitchell. He was getting like 5 yards a carry. Run the ball.
You have the lead.
Yeah, well, you have the lead. You got a turnover immediately to start the second half. Run the ball. That's it. Kyle Shanahan gets cute. He does it every time. He gets cute with his play calling. Hey, let's run this play action. No, run
And you
the
told
ball.
me this year he will run the ball.
I swore he would. I don't know how you don't run the ball. So, yeah, the Super Bowl was rough. Good thing I didn't pay for tickets. I didn't go. I got close.
It was close.
I got real close. A couple of my boys paid. They spent $28,000 on 4 tickets. They've been miserable for the last week. Shout out to them. I'm not going to put them on blast.
At least they saw it.
I mean, they were there. They were sending it like. So I watched it at Shake's house.
Yeah, Shake was very happy till about halftime.
Yeah, no, we were taking shots, having a good time. Halftime came. Like, all right, we're good. After those 6 passing plays, I was like, we're about to lose, bro. I was like, I don't know what we're doing. We're about to lose. But my boys are in Allegiant Stadium, and I'm just like, they're on me because I got offered tickets for a little bit cheaper than them, and they was like, why didn't you buy them? And I was like, man, I was just thinking about what I could do with $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if the Niners lose, I'd be hurt. Have faith, faithful to the Bay. That game was over. It's like, y'all good? Y'all right? I'm good. I went home. My pockets is not any lighter.
5G's burning a hole in your pocket now.
I'm good. My wife is like, well, shit, I had to pay for that. What you want to do? Went out. That's why I'm going to California this weekend. It still ain't enough. I'm about to just spend stupid money. If I'd have spent that kind of money on that game, it's over.
Just been sad.
Yeah, it just would have been sad. Just would have been sad in the crowd. So, and watched the fantastic Usher performance.
Yeah, it was dope.
It was, yes.
Chris.
Don't do it. Don't try it.
Not doing the Chris Brown Usher.
Don't do it. Don't waste your time.
Usher played the hits. It was really dope. I think this is last year Rock Nation's deal for halftime. They kind of got to re that up.
They should.
You never know. There's a lot of blackness in the past couple halftimes.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have to go.
They might be like, yo, can we give somebody else a chance?
No, because y'all done had this ball for all these years.
Nah, Taylor will get it soon, or a Bad Bunny or something.
Yeah, I could see like a Bad Bunny halftime show. I could see that happening. I don't know. I mean, Usher was one of the last like legacy acts that hadn't performed. People were like, yo, and he's a performer, so it was right up his alley. I don't know who they use next year.
If they don't go Lil Wayne, it's a missed opportunity.
Nah, they ain't going Wayne.
It's in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Wayne, Drake. If you do like the whole Cash Money, like
You can go that route. I wouldn't want to do
Nicki, Wayne, Drake. You bring them all out, be all right.
I wouldn't want to do a whole
Just Wayne.
Yeah.
No, it got to be like Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Where it's like the record label Dr. Dre and Friends.
Yeah, and the homies.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, so I mean, that was dope while you were gone on Tuesday, enjoying your birthday. I was in here. Everyone check out Patreon. Fun little episode there for Valentine's Day. The wife joined me. That was cool. Dre refuses to check out this clip.
No, I only saw that what y'all dropped in the group chat, and I don't even know if I want to comment on that.
Yeah, the crop top is fire. Crappie season?
What is wrong with you?
Lighting up the internet right now.
Why?
It looked dope.
Why
do you buy anything? It looked really good.
I'm sorry.
I was walking through the wind, crappie, no undershirt. Amazing. I'm telling you, I was thinking about this. I was like, why wait for the De La Hoya abs? I could just do this now. So
I don't even understand.
Crop top season.
Just the why. What? When did you see a crop top and this looks good on me?
It was on Twitter. It's a whole movement.
What movement?
You're not privy to said movement?
No, I'm not.
So on Twitter, and let me just get
I know Ezekiel Elliott used to wear crop tops, but that's about a
Rainy.
note.
I don't want to mispronounce his last name, but first name is Rainy, and then Ovalle. Rainy. He's Dominican. Shout out to him, and he's hilarious, and he does skits, and he just talks wild shit on Twitter. So he was walking through Target a couple months ago. It had to be like November, and he was like, "Yo," and he did a whole video on it. He's like, "I saw something. He's like, I wasn't sure if I was gonna buy it." He was like, "If I take a lap around Target and I still want it, I'm copying it." And then he shows it, and he's like, in the women's section, they have these dope ass crew neck crop tops, and he puts it on. It's fire. Takes his chains out, looks crazy dope. Watch out. He's like, "Oh, it's crappie season." I was like, "Yo, that shit does look fire." So, of course, everyone's wife shops at Target way too much. Shit costs an arm and a leg. So I was there, and I was like, Elena was buying something. I was like, let me see if Target really has this crappie. And I went, and they had one more. I was like, yo, give me that XL. Put it on. Looked great. Feels great. You're warm from the neck and sleeves down, but you get a nice little breeze on the belly.
So you mean to tell me we had to fight with you for like 5 years to buy a coat?
Yeah, I'm going the opposite direction.
And it took you 3 weeks or a week to get a crop top.
Yes. That seems logical.
That seems illogical.
Yeah. It's the opposite way of a coat. Coat, I'm too warm. This, I'm both warm and breezy. It's like sleeping at night and you got the heat on, but you open the window. Or you got a big-ass blanket, but you kick one leg out. Same dynamics of a crop top.
Nah,
the best of both worlds. So people online, I'm just gonna say they love it. If they're commenting and have an opinion, they probably love it. So crappie season is a real thing.
Well, if they ain't got nothing nice to say, just don't
say it all. If they're saying something, they like it.
Oh, Lord.
So yeah, the crappie is making its way. But the whole episode was fun. Did like a little newlywed game, even though we're not newlyweds. And then there was trivia for everyone on Patreon. It was fun. I had to do Taylor Swift trivia, 5 of them. And we battled it out. And she had to do Shawn Michaels trivia. 5 of them battled it out. I won 3-2.
All right.
Yes. She missed Barbershop. No, she knew about Barbershop Window. She did not know the name of the tag team. That is what she lost on.
Wow.
The name of the tag team. Yep. And then she was like, fuck, lost on the Rockers.
Some wife you have.
Yeah. I was like, She was like, I know what where they broke up. It was the barbershop. I was like, nope, too easy. So I hit her with a couple nice little deep cuts and beat her in that. That's on Patreon. That's really fun. Did the boxing episode already this week. Talked Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, all that good stuff. Had to talk about it even though you were there. So we got to get your firsthand perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk about that now.
Let's
do it. It was weird. So I'm doing Radio Row. I talked to Claressa Shields. I had Claressa Shields on Sirius.
Who also ran up on people.
Well, so here's what people don't know.
Beef.
If anybody's watched, if anybody's listening to Sirius, you've heard the interviews. We've been running it all week. I get to Sirius to do Radio Row. Now, I'm always scheduled to talk to Claressa at the Sirius booth. We have like a couch where I'm talking to people. When I pull up, I see Ed, her publicist for the day, and I see Claressa. Now, we're at the Mandalay Bay, and if you know, we're right by Border Grill.
Yep.
And I'm walking. I don't really want to bother him. I'm like, yo, Ed, I'll see you inside. I'll see you in a few. And I see Claressa. Michaela Mayer is walking the other way. Michaela stops. Says, what's up, Claressa? Clarissa's like, what's up? They talk blah, blah, blah. And somehow, Michaela's like, I can't be cool with you if you cool with that girl. And Clarissa's like, that ain't on me. That's on you. That's Alicia Baumgartner.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah.
Claressa and Alicia just had beef.
They do. But she was like, that, but before. And Claressa was like, you need to not let that girl get in your head. Yeah. And that's why you lost that fight. And that devolves into Michaela talking, Claressa talking, and Clarissa's like, don't do that. And then like hands are moving. Nobody knows what's going on. Like I look at Ed, and I'm like, I'll see you in 30 minutes. Because he already knows what's good at this point. Yeah. He's like, all right, he's like, nobody else has seen this. Like, you have a leg up on this, on what's going on. So that interaction happens. I get inside. I was a guest on a few other shows. I get to the Sirius booth. I see Claressa again. It's before she's coming to my show. She runs into Cyborg. Cyborg's stunt double on Twitter, because I do not believe Cyborg. No. Like, Cyborg's in my DMs. I'm like, this is definitely not you.
Yeah. And Cyborg and Claressa were cool.
Well, Cyborg's been saying Claressa needs to come down to 47 to fight her. Claressa's like, why would I come down to 47 to fight you? Of all people, right? Like, you don't have anything I want.
Yeah.
So why are you saying I'm scared? So that becomes a thing in Radio Row. Claressa's like, you was talking all that shit on Twitter. What's up now? And that's just how Claressa is. And Cyborg was like, no, you don't want to come down and fight me. She's like, girl, I'll beat you up. Like, why would I come down to fight you? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So that happens. Like, all these people. So finally, she runs it. We're in the Sirius booth. Weird story. I'm in the Sirius booth. I'm talking to, like, one of the VPs, Doug, and the other guy. To my right is Phil Simms sitting on the couch. So I'm like, yo, what's up, Phil? Like, talking to Phil Simms.
New York legend.
Yeah, I was like, this is crazy. I was a baby when the 86 Giants won the Super Bowl. I see Phil Simms. Howie Long pulls up. And then Mad Dog Russo pulls up. Now, and we're all sitting there. They introduced me to him. And we have like an impromptu football conversation. And I don't know if this segment aired, but Phil, I'll say it now because who cares? Phil Simms was like, I'm pitching a segment on the Brock Purdy Revenge Tour. Because Phil was just like, as a quarterback, I think Brock is really good. And the flack he gets is really bad. Like, he makes plays. And Howie was like, all right, I'll tell you later. Mad Dog was like, I don't know. And Mad Dog, the person that Mad Dog is when Mad Dog has some cut off jeans with a hole in his pocket with his wallet falling out. We kept talking about him. And like this tight shirt on. But he is Mad Dog as you hear him. Like, we sat there and talked for like 30 minutes. It's a cool conversation. Really cool talking football with those guys. Claressa walks in. Michaela's there. Somehow they hug it out, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, cool. Now, I have Claressa on the show, and I ask Claressa, what happened? And she tells me kind of what I just told you what happened. And I was like, why is all these girls taking aim at you? She was like, I don't know, everybody want to fight me. She was like, I just want to be friends with everybody. But because I whoop everybody's ass, they get mad and want to fight me. She was like, she called Alicia Baumgartner a weirdo. She said, me and Michaela made up. And she called Cyborg a weirdo. And she was like, they all want to see me lose in PFL because they can't whoop me in a boxing ring. As this is happening, I get a text. Ryan's on his way. I was like, Ryan who? Ryan Garcia. Where's he coming from? He's getting dressed. He's at his hotel. He's coming. Oscar was supposed to come, but I get Ryan's coming through next. So I tell Claressa that, I was like, you heard about Ryan and Devin. She's like, that's crazy. Like, she was like, I can't believe that fight's happening. And we're joking because I'm like, this is off there. I'm like, this is a weird fight for Ryan because 2 fights ago you got knocked out.
Yeah.
And you didn't look great in your last fight. And now you're fighting the champ.
Chance of getting knocked out are a lot slimmer.
I don't know. The chance of getting embarrassed like Regis Prograis are a lot higher.
Sure. Nah, I don't know.
Come on, man. Regis Prograis is a better boxer than Ryan Garcia.
Embarrassment is getting hit in the ribs and taking a knee.
Getting stopped versus Regis Prograis got embarrassed by Devin Haney. He got ran over for 12 rounds.
Yeah, I'm not sure Devin does that. That's one good fight, and we talked about this while you were gone. Teofimo.
Yeah.
Great fight against Josh Taylor. Styles make fights. Stinker of a fight the next time. And I was like, yo, it's not really Teofimo's fault. But everything changes.
Oh, no, that was Teofimo's fault. That was 100% Teofimo's fault. He can't deal with fighters with lateral movement.
I also said he has to get better at that.
Yeah, that fight was his fault.
Yeah. So at this point, that was a fool me twice thing. If he gets fooled 3 times, then it's his fault. But now he knows, yo, there's ways people are going to fight you. Yeah. Now, they're not going to win.
No.
But they're going to fight you like this. It's going to be a stinker. It's going to cost you money. He has to get a little more Terrence Crawford in him, where Terrence Crawford is constantly, and he's, again, not everyone's Terrence Crawford, but he's going to beat your ass sooner or later. So you can run for a little bit, but he's going to catch you and cut off the ring.
T.O. doesn't know how to call off the ring. I didn't have him losing that fight, but if this sounds weird, I didn't have him winning it either. Like,
somebody had to win.
Jermaine Ortiz gave that fight away in the last 3 rounds.
Yeah.
He gave it away.
Maybe a little earlier, yes.
No, the last 3 rounds, he did absolutely nothing. And with a fight hanging in the balance like that, you have to fight.
Yep.
And Jermaine didn't fight. He knew that he had T.O. off balance the whole fight. But you got to throw punches.
Yep.
All you had to do was win 1 or 2 rounds, he would have won the fight.
Just throw.
He just refused. But when it comes to Ryan Garcia, that style is tailor-made for Devin Haney because Ryan doesn't move well. He wants to pick you off with that left hand.
Yep.
And defensively, he's got problems with lateral movement. He goes into a shell. This is a bad fight for Ryan Garcia. It's bad. It's a bad fight. Because I think Ryan needs a couple more fights.
That's fair, but Ryan's going to fight everyone. I think in his mind, he'll double back. Ryan is in the position where not everyone else has the luxury of doing this. He's going to sell.
Dog, it's diminishing returns. If
he's going to continue to sell, and he's good enough to beat up on the others.
Ryan,
when he stops doing that, then we have problems.
Ryan just fought on DAZN regular.
Yeah.
Right? He's going to fight Haney on DAZN pay-per-view. If he gets wiped out in this fight, he ain't fighting on another pay-per-view.
Yeah, he is.
Not for a while.
Not for a second, but he is.
He'll have to win. But he's
good enough to beat the others.
Here's the problem. He won't be good enough. His ego will take losing the Tank by knockout like that, you can live with that.
A lot of people lose the Tank, yeah.
But not a lot, because Tank hasn't really fought anybody.
Yeah. And he was weight drained, and he had a bunch of excuses.
But you get beat up by your this Game 7 that he keeps talking about. You get beat up by the man that you fought 6 times in the amateurs. Confidence will be shot. That's my concern with Ryan Garcia taking this fight. Because Ryan's 26? About to be 27? Losing 2 of your last 3 fights does something to a fighter.
Yeah.
And of that level of confidence. And when I had, so Ryan comes and does my show. I've never seen Ryan like this. Jumpy, angry, just mad. Black leather jacket, And I was like, what's up, Ryan? He's like, what's up, bro? What's up? It was just weird. It was weird energy from Ryan. And I was his first interview of the day. Immediately, Bill Haney's a pimp. He's pimping his son. He's not that. And I was like, do you think Devin's a good fighter? Yeah. But we got to eradicate him because God wants me to win. And I was like, all right. He was trash.
Said some wild shit, too.
Yeah, but this is the wrong fighter to do that against. Devin doesn't get out of character in a fight.
No, not in the ring. Hell no.
No. And Devin's the champ. He's undefeated for a reason. He's the champ. And you're getting this fight because Devin's using you as a springboard.
Yes, Devin needs this as much as anything.
Yes, and you think Devin isn't planning to beat this dog shit out you? Devin ain't worried about you. He's fought. Ryan won the first 3 fights. Devin won the last 3 fights.
Yeah.
Going away. He dominated the last 3 amateur fights. What's different now that Ryan's going to have a better performance now than when he beat Devin when they were 12?
Yeah.
This isn't good. And Ryan's temperament coming to this fight, I got it. I got nothing to lose, and, I'm going to prove to the world. And it's I don't like the mindset. I don't like anything about this. He's going to make this press conference ugly. Watch how ugly this press conference is about to be.
They've been going back and forth on Twitter. The press conference is going to be crazy.
It's
Didn't Devin push Lomachenko? Almost fucked up that whole fight. We'll see something like that.
But see, Devin was trying to sell a fight.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I'm just saying we're going to see something like that again.
Yeah, Ryan. So then the altercation happens, right?
Yeah.
And it was inevitable. So Devin pulls up late at Radio Row. Everybody's getting ready to leave. Like, we're shutting down the studio. I run into Bill. I'm like, yo, is Devin gonna come on? And he's like, yeah, he wants to do a lap. And I'm like, I'm going home, bro. Like, I know Devin. Devin's doing the Floyd. Clicked up, whatever. Ryan's just waiting for him. Ryan waited at Radio Row for like an hour, just waiting for him. And then when he pulls up, like, Ryan was waiting for Devin to get there the entire time, just to start shit. And I believe that Devin looked at it like, well, this is a way to sell the fight.
Yeah.
But the problem was, Radio Row shut down. There was nobody there, right? They could have planned this if they wanted to do something like this. They could have done this when everybody was there.
There was enough cameras. It's 2024. That shit was everywhere.
I'm just saying, you do it in the middle of the day, regardless. Ryan's talking shit about that. And Bill was pissed. Like, some people thought Bill was Bill was mad.
Yeah.
Because Ryan pulled out the whole your dad's a pimp thing out. I don't think they were expecting that.
No.
And this is going to be an ugly promotion. Yeah. It's not going to be pretty.
It's not like gentlemanly trash talk.
No.
Where you shake hands after and be like, all right, cool.
No, Devin is anybody that's been around Devin don't talk a lot. But then when he does, like, he's a little angry dude. Like, I've been around him when he's pissed. And he just wants to beat up Ryan Garcia. But Ryan, I think Ryan's playing with fire, man. And I don't think Oscar really wanted this fight. But I think he's like, well, what else I'm gonna do?
It is what it is.
You blew the Romero fight, like, that's the fight you should have took. And I'm sure Floyd probably said the same thing. You gonna fight Devin? That's dumb. We'll see. April 20th. Yeesh.
Yeah, it's not like Rolly has many prospects, though. So it's like...
No, I'm just saying, like, Ryan is the type of dude with all the turmoil in his life, right? Like, I had a baby. I'm getting divorced 30 minutes later. And now he's, like, soliciting some girl on Instagram now.
Yeah.
He's got...
Shot his shot publicly.
Yeah, you got chaos in your life, bro. This ain't normal. And you're heading into, like, what'll end up being the second biggest fight of your career. Ryan believes this will be bigger than the Tank fight.
No.
It won't.
The network's not built for that.
No. But it'll be big regardless.
Yeah.
It'll be a big fight. But I don't think he's wired to his level of focus is waning. I think he's so caught up in everything else, and Devin just really wants to box. I don't think Ryan just really wants to box. I think Ryan wants to win fights, but...
these kids and people lose track, they're so young.
He's young, but you can't just take a bunch of losses early in your career. You just can't.
No, again, if he keeps his head on straight and you can fight everyone else, he's 25, about to be 26. So a year younger than we thought. And you can go and move on and fight because realistically, Devin will move up at some point. Like, you'll win a vacated belt if you stay at 140.
I doubt it. Who's he going to beat?
If Rolly Romero won a vacated belt. Like,
Rolly Romero might lose Isaac Cruz.
I'm just saying he'll win.
It's not a given that
going to lose.
It's not a given that Rolly won't beat Ryan Garcia.
It's not. But again, yeah, they could have gave him the old man. The old man might have beat Ryan Garcia. The old man beat Rolly Romero. And then starched another guy.
This is what I'm saying. You look at 140.
But I'm saying you had a chance, like Adrian Broner, to collect. But that's what he did.
But Adrian was undefeated.
You wait for the perfect time, and you collect belts off of just, it's me versus, I'm the mandatory, this guy's the mandatory. I don't have to fight Tank or Devin for the belt. And you wait it out. He'll end up a 2-division champion by the time it's all said and done.
He's a no-division champion right now.
I know. He'll get one at 140, 147 as they're vacated. And then he's going to end up with like 6-7 losses, but they're going to say he fought everyone. And he's going to make a good amount of money because he's in his prime right now of his popularity. He's making the fights happen. Something you say all the time with Ryan sticks with me. He's like, yo, I'm going to retire by 27
we talked
or 28.
Yeah. He changed his mind.
Of course. But the reason it now sticks with me after I thought about it, and I did this whole damn show by myself on Tuesday, I had to think and go through it in my head, is his career was never going to end there, but his popularity is going to end at that age.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because his fan base is built off social media and young kids and young people. And after that age, I'm unless you're Drake, you're not young anymore. And you're not cool anymore. Adult boxing fans aren't going to follow him like they follow Spence, Crawford, Canelo even.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have Mexico behind him as a country. The people who are his fans after 27, 28, when he hits that age, 21-year-olds aren't really fucking with Ryan Garcia like that. So it's like, this is my time. I have a 4-year window to capitalize off the fans I made on social media when I was 15 before they age out and stop giving a damn about me. So while I sell and they still care, you may think, I can make these fights well until I'm 34 and I can space it out and take more fights. I think in his head, he knows, like, my popularity has 2 more years.
Yeah.
So I got to fight Tank, Devin, Tio, maybe Shakur within the next 2.5 years. That's all I got. And then after that, if I want to stay around and whatever, and I could pick up a title or 2. And then his legacy at the end of it was he fought everyone.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Oscar's not going to let that happen. His fighter has to win a fight.
He'll drop him before that.
But Ryan Garcia has to win a fight. He can't. If he loses to Devin, he's not getting a TO or anybody like that.
No, he'll win a fight.
Maybe
2.
Maybe.
Fight Tio or...
It'll take a lot more than 2 wins to get a Teofimo Lopez fight.
I thought it'd take more than 1 win to get a Devin Haney fight, but look where we are.
But again, diminishing returns. If you can't win, like, your promoter has to protect the bag and build the bag back up. He can't just send the bag out there to get beat up for diminishing returns.
All the time.
Tank versus Ryan, huge. This will be big. Next fight will be medium. It's like we're diminishing returns. We can't keep trying. Like, Oscar can't keep trotting them out there. They got to give him. He has to get better. This fight, like, there's always going to be a chance where people say Ryan can catch Devin with a left hook.
There's always a chance.
But at some point, if it don't happen and you get beat up for 12 rounds, you got to. There is a level of maybe this doesn't get better. Maybe this is it.
Yeah.
And
then he cashed out pretty well.
I mean, he's made a lot of money. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think the mindset.
Getting beat by Rolly Romero.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're not going to get better.
Like, if you're going to lose to Devin, fine. People say you just lost to the better guy. But that whole 4 Kings thing, you're out. You're way out.
He's Wilfredo Benitez.
No, Benitez. No. Wilfredo. No, that's disrespectful to Wilfredo Benitez.
Wilfredo is dope. But I'm saying, when he went up against any of the 4 Kings,
I mean,
he wasn't winning.
Yeah, but Wilfredo,
but he was a world champion in multiple ways. Like, nobody else was fucking with him.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He was like just a little bit behind those guys. And Ryan will still have time to show, like, if he works himself back up and beats a Regis Prograis. Or if he could beat a Catterall, if Catterall wins this next fight coming up. Then it's like, you can beat enough of the other people that are, like, right below these other guys to make it seem like, I was really good. I just wasn't as good as them.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
If he gets a win off of them, though, now he's back in the mix.
We'll see.
If he can beat Devin. And again, seeing Lomachenko push Devin to the limits, I thought Loma won that fight. Ryan's not Loma.
Not even close.
But he's bigger. I understand it. Maybe he can neutralize some of that reach no one's been able to of Devin's jab. Like, maybe there's some tools there that can give him a fight.
Ryan's like, Devin is bigger than Ryan. Devin is
wide.
Like, no, Devin's bigger. Like, he's just
Ryan's long.
Yeah, Ryan's long, but he's not going to use any of that.
That's the key.
It's a quick twitch left hook. We have not seen anything else out of Ryan's repertoire. We just haven't. Like, Devin has shown marked improvements as a boxer, and now again, I don't think Ryan Garcia could beat Regis Prograis.
Yeah, that's the key. You got to get good enough to beat those guys, so at least you can say I'm right behind these.
You're not going to be Josh Taylor. You're not going to be Jack. Like, this version of Ryan Garcia, the Ryan Garcia I just saw fight, while I said it wasn't a terrible fight for him, but it's like it's not a fight to get you into the mix of the title hunt.
Yeah.
Super Matias murders you right now. Haney beats you. Tio beats you. Like, these guys beat you. You might get hurt. And then your confidence goes. So he was very...
If he loses this fight, he's up to 147, and he beats everyone else to 147, and Crawford's vacating belts up there, and he just tries to capture one.
Dog, what are you going to do? Run into Boots?
No, you stay away from Boots. But Boots only got 1 belt.
I'm just saying, like, who else?
Somebody up there I can fight.
Like, Virgil Ortiz has moved up to 54. So it's like...
It's Boots, and that's it. Boots is waiting
I'm sure like T.O.
for
be like
everyone else.
T.O. be like, no. He'll jump up. Him and Devin, they're like 2 fights away from going to 147 themselves.
Either you wait,
and then Shakur's just going to go up to 40.
Yeah.
So
no, I think he stays at 35.
I don't.
I think Keyshawn goes up to 40 before Shakur.
One of them are going up, and Ryan can't beat either of them.
Yes.
That's the point. Ryan can't beat either of them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I think Shakur chills at 135 for a second. And one of they're not going to be in the same division for long.
No, sir.
No. So they're just playing a game of cat and mouse of like, yo, you want to go up or am I going up? But however it is, if everyone goes up to like the big money fights, go up to 140, then Shakur will go up to 140.
Yeah.
So he can fight, bigger money fights, and Keyshawn just clean up at 35. But yeah, Ryan, you just got to capture one belt to just justify yourself. One belt. Beat up a couple of other B-level guys, but it ain't easy right now in boxing.
No.
And if you don't put that work in and train and get your head about you, there's a lot of people coming up that maybe weren't as talented as you 5 years ago that are a lot more talented now.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. You had one hell of a time on Radio Row. All the beef. You're just in the center of all the beef.
Yep.
And we got to talk about UFC. UFC 298 happening this weekend. The start of 3 really good cards for the UFC.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view wise. Like the fans on the next 3 pay-per-views are getting their money's worth. And then 301.
Who knows?
Going to have nobody. If they stack these cards so much, 301's going to be, I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea.
I have no clues left. After like Leon Edwards.
I mean, it'd be like Shevchenko, Grasso, like one of them will probably fight 301. Other than that, everybody else with a title. I mean, Hamzat, they've been trying to get him to fight in the States. I don't know what's going on with Hamzat.
I think it's still the same reason Fury can't fight over here.
It's similar. Yeah, it's
weird,
I don't know what they do with 301, but 298, 299, 300. There's no main event for 300 still, and
no,
this is becoming.
It got to be big at this point, though, right?
No, I just think they don't have anybody. I truly think they are stuck. They originally wanted Conor. That wasn't going to work out for maybe financial reasons, whatever it is.
Yeah, because Asada's not there.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with that. Adesanya ain't ready to come back. Drickus says he's not ready to fight at 300, so that fight's no longer happening. Then Ariel Helwani reported that they've been trying to do Leon versus Hamzat. Hamzat can't fight in the States, so now you don't have that fight. What's left?
I was talking to Nick, shout out to Nick, Veterans Minimum, about the options, and he told me about his boy. He was like, yo, I think, we get a 155-pound title fight on that card. And you have Islam.
Islam's not fighting.
It's Ramadan.
Yes.
I've seen, and not saying that Islam does this.
Oh, he's not going to do it.
I've seen the Devin Haney push it back 1 week.
That's different.
Because there's a week of the fight. I think it's the first week of Ramadan. So it's not like you're training during Ramadan. Yeah. It's just you got to start Ramadan a week later. But Islam's a different level of beast. But if that was the case, him versus Leon would be an interesting fight.
Yeah.
Because that's 2 more champions to add to the card, which would make it the most champions ever on one card. And it's a champ versus champ battle. And you have a guy who's only lost once by like a weird-ass triangle versus Leon. And that'd be a fight that could really sell. It's, again, though, that's another hiccup. Like, a guy that devout in his faith and everything, can you ask him to wait a week to fight on this card? Like
the fight that I know is sitting on the table that they're not going to pull the trigger on because it's not big enough is Leon versus Bilal Muhammad. It's not big enough to headline.
No.
It's not. Like, the decision would have to be made if you go Leon versus Bilal, then now your main event is for a fake title. Gaethje versus Holloway.
Oh, Ramadan this year is March 10th through April 9th.
He can't do it. He's not
The fight
fighting.
is April 13th.
He's not fighting. Islam has made it clear.
April 13th.
He's not fighting. Trust me.
I go to Islam like, listen, what times you got to train?
He ain't doing it. Him and Habib and like that whole crew.
I would tell him. No, because I get it. You can't do stuff, I don't know the rules of Ramadan, like during the day.
All
right?
that fasting and trying to train.
And I'll be like, yo, listen, you don't got to cut weight because you're going up in weight.
Nah. Have you seen the most recent picture of Islam Makhachev?
No, he's probably huge, isn't he?
He's huge.
Okay, that's funny. The whole camp gets huge.
Somebody said he looked like, what did they say?
Habib is huge.
Yo, Habib
used to be huge in
Islam was gigantic in this picture that I saw. That's why I was like, there's no way. There's no way he's fighting. So they don't have a main event for 300. So it is what it is.
Volk out here saying he'll fight again on a quick turnaround.
Volk's a maniac. He is an absolute maniac. The press conference, as we were recording the show, the press conference just ended. And I guess Ilia Topuria has been calling him old. So like Volk wore like the old like outfit and shit. This fight is very interesting.
Topuria grabbed the belt.
Topuria.
It's always a jinx. It's bad juju to me.
Where do you want to start on this card?
Let's do main event. We'll work our way backwards.
All right. Ilia Topuria's been talking big shit. He's undefeated. He's won, I believe, 5 of his last 6 fights by stoppage. Hyper violent. Couldn't finish Josh Emmett, though. He says he's going to finish Volkanovski. I don't see it. Here's why.
Back-to-back knockouts for Volk would be something.
Volk rolled off the couch with a belly full of beer to fight Islam. Right? Let's just keep it a buck. This is what happened, and he got knocked out. Volk's confidence was shook that night because at that point he was like, I could do this. Now he knows, like, well, fuck, I can't do that. I can't just have a belly full of beer, go into like 10 days of training camp and think I could beat who at the time was the number two pound for pound fighter in the world once John fell off the list. Yeah. You can't think you could do that. And he got head kicked to hell, and that's what happened. Heading into this fight, like a lot of people talked about, his mental state. No, it's just kind of who Volk is. He likes to fight, right? So when the opportunity presents itself, he's going to fight. But I know he looks at Topuria like, this dude's talking a lot. Rumors of my demise are greatly exaggerated, is what the theme of this fight is.
Everyone's not Islam.
Not even close. And as much as like Topuria and how hyper violent he is wide open to getting countered all the time. We've seen him get rocked and then shrug it off. Well, he got nuked against, oh my God, he got head kicked and he got hurt badly in a fight. And he came back and won. He scored a big time knockout. But if you look at the people that he's fought, they're not even close to Alexander Volkanovski.
No.
Like you run down, again, Josh Emmett's a good fighter.
Knocked out Ryan Hall.
Like, come on, man, Ryan Hall.
Jay Herbert's the one who caught him for a quick second. Jai Herbert, and then came back. He knocked him out. Submitted Bryce Mitchell, and
as we can see, Bryce Mitchell's not really that good.
Yeah, and then went to a decision with Josh Emmett.
So you look at this rundown, and I know it's like, fighters get ran up the ladder. Topuria is like this really violent dude, but Volkanovski has never lost at 45. Never. He's only lost when he moved up in weight to the best fighter in the world. I don't see what Topuria can do that Volk won't be ready for. I think
taking him down.
No, and I think Topuria, he comes forward, he throws a lot of like wide shit. He'll throw a flying knee at you. There's a lot of reckless offense in Topuria's repertoire that I think Volk is just going to take advantage of. Volk is one of the best counter strikers in the division, if not the best. He's got a heavy right hand. He's built like a tank. It's really hard to hurt him. Makhachev hurt him, but again, he rolled off the couch with a belly full of beer. Topuria ain't getting that guy. And I think Topuria is going to come in overconfident and do the fuck around and find out game. I
hate the yo-yoing weight. I don't like getting knocked out, on short notice on the last fight. I thought it was very unnecessary. Like, one, to take that fight to save the card. He shouldn't have,
but Volk's crazy.
He is crazy. And as Connor says, the chin never recovers. But he really didn't get hit in the chin. He got kicked in the head.
No, he got kicked in the head.
So when you get kicked in the head, I just take that as an L. Like, it is what it is. That's not something that would necessarily linger. But the yo-yoing weight, it bothers me.
I ain't worried.
But it's hard to pick against Volk.
I ain't worried about 10 pounds because Volkanovski played rugby at 219 pounds. I'm not worried about him because he was on weight when they called him for the fight. Yeah. He probably still had to cut some weight. He's at a full camp now, and he's focused on one dude. Like, he didn't get a chance. Like, I can't use the Makhachev fight against Volkanovski. The only thing I can use it for is to say, as we always say in MMA, when you start losing, it's hard to stop.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at dude, you fought up a weight class against the best fight in the world.
Yeah. But then the best people, they curve that. Because, you look at Max Holloway.
Exactly.
The motherfucker not get knocked out or like, go through a bloody just back and forth. Like Volk dominated him. The loss to Poirier when he moved up, I think. That was tough. Got hit a lot for Holloway. Went back down, it was fine.
Again.
Like when people are that good, they can kind of maneuver and, just some people are different. And when you look at like the Holloways in this division and then the Volks, it's like maybe they're just different. And the only thing that gives me pause is I think Ilia is a really good fighter. Yeah. I think I've seen some weird shit. Like, again, I picked O'Malley to win the title. I picked a bunch of weird shit because just in MMA, sometimes it's the younger person's time.
Sure.
And, the older champ is good, but sometimes it's just the young dude's time. I don't know if that's the case right now for Volk yet. So I'll take Volk by decision. Yeah. The counterpunching is still so good. I mean, if you don't have multiple threats for him, like Ortega at times had him in hell.
Yeah.
Because the wrestling, the submission threats, the hands were getting better. There's a lot of shit to worry about. So Volk kind of was thrown off every now and then. You kind of catch him slipping. And even then, he beat the shit out of Ortega.
He beat the shit out of him.
With Islam, the same thing. It's like, yeah, you get kicked by a guy, but you're worried about the guy taking you down and being a wet blanket and beating the hell out of you. So there's a lot more stuff. Like, there's a reason why your hand is down and you're open for a head kick. When someone's just coming and throwing some funky striking shit at you, like, you know what this is. It's a boxing match.
I think the perfect analysis of this fight is when Volk fought Yair. Like, Topuria and Yair are very similar in style.
That'd be an amazing fight.
It is. As soon as Topuria loses this fight, he should fight Yair. I think that's a tremendous fight.
Nick disagrees with you that he's gonna lose, but yeah,
I think they both have very dynamic offense, and we saw what Volk did. Like, he neutralized Yair right from the beginning of that fight.
Immediately.
All that dynamic shit doesn't work on Volk. Like, I think size, you have to be bigger than him.
Yeah.
And you have to have twitch reflexes. And I don't think there's very few that have those reflexes at featherweight. I think Topuria is explosive, and I think MMA is a very weird sport, and you might have to catch him cold early. And maybe the loss of Volkanovski has done something to shake his confidence where he doesn't want to get hit in the head again. I just don't see it. And the other thing is Volk is 35. Smaller weights are not very kind to older fighters. Nevertheless, I think Volk is he's the longest reigning champion in the UFC right now. 5 title defenses, hasn't lost at 45.
I'm not sure that's like a great thing for him because the belts have just been
playing
hot potato on some weird shit.
But I don't see that much separation between Topuria and Yair Rodriguez and Brian Ortega. I think they're all in the same bracket. I think Volk's a notch above until Volk gets old one night.
Yeah.
Could be this night. I don't think so, though. Volk by decision.
Maybe not at this weight. He might look a little older at 55.
Yeah, I don't know if he's
bigger, but
I wonder if he goes back up to 55 and tries again at some point.
It's crazy. I think so. But at this point, you lost, and then you lost convincingly.
Yeah. Makhachev had to come up off that belt.
A title would have to change.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one person rooting for Ilia this weekend. Max Holloway.
Yes, he is.
Because Max is like, I need one more shot at this belt. And you look at Ilia and you be like, I could kind of throw hands with this guy.
Yes.
So it's just like, this is the perfect, if I'm going to have one more shot at becoming a champion, not the BMF belt that he's about to fight for.
He's about to lose.
If I have one more shot at becoming a champion, and Dana, I just did you a favor for fighting for this BMF shit, let me go down and fight Ilia if he was to win. Yeah. So I think Max is going to be watching that fight intently. In the co-main, Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Acosta.
It feels like they've booked this fight like 7 times in my head. I feel like I've heard this fight rumored 7 different times.
Yeah.
Paulo Acosta hasn't fought in almost 600 days.
Jesus.
Yeah. The problem is Robert Whittaker got ran roughshod over by Dricus du Plessis.
Yeah, and I did not see that coming.
Nobody did. That loss is worse than how Volk lost to Makhachev. That loss is the one where I go, the avalanche might be coming. The only problem is Paulo Acosta's not busy.
Yeah.
And he's like this one
not
way.
That great.
Yeah, he's just this one-way traffic fighter. If Robert Whittaker's always had a great chin, but du Plessis just put hands on him. I'm picking Whittaker to win. My problem with Paulo Acosta, Borrachina has terrible cardio.
Yep.
Awful. And the reason why Dricus did so well against Whittaker is he was relentless.
It's only 3 rounds though, right?
Yeah, but remember the Romero fight? Paulo Costa and Romero were dead.
Shit looks like Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
Yeah, like to beat Robert Whittaker, you have to just keep tapping that chin. And maybe that chin is gone and Paulo can get to him. I just don't see it. I think Whittaker's had a really bad night against a really bad opponent, bad style matchup for him. I think Costa fights very measured, and I think that's going to lead to a lot of opportunities for Whittaker to land the right hand. It might not even be an aesthetically pleasing fight. It might turn out to be this ugly standoff where they end up clinching along the cage. I'm picking Whittaker. I'm going to pick him by decision, unless Paulo gas. Remember Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold?
Yeah, Paulo's not great.
He's not that good.
No, I'm picking Bobby Knuckles to stop him. One, because Whittaker's just going to be pissed. He's going to be mad. He's like, I lost the fucking Drickus. Like, what?
He's a champ now.
Everyone who loses to this guy's like, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy, but that's that cardio machine.
Yep. And then Jeff Neal versus Ian Machado Gary.
I mean, it's
Ian. Come on, Ian Gary's winning. He's been through a lot of shit online recently.
Yeah,
he got a lot of pent up anger.
It's funny because this isn't how they matched up Joe Pyfer last week, right?
Yeah.
They tried to move Pyfer up the ladder real quick, and then it was like Jack Manson was like, I'm not having none of this shit, and just beat him.
Yep.
This is very measured. Like, Jeff Neal's a perfect opponent for him. Ian Machado Gary he's going to stop Jeff Neal.
Yeah.
I like Jeff Neal a lot, but he's getting stopped. Machado Gary is going to win, and now he's going to start calling for Leon. Welterweight is pretty crowded right now.
Super crowded.
Because you got Shavkat.
Shavkat, he has to get, when he gets his shot, he's becoming champ.
It's a wrap. He is the champ. Just give him the belt at some point. Yes. I don't think Leon can beat Shavkat. I told you, I want Colby Covington to get fed to Shavkat just to prove his point.
Everybody.
Bilal Muhammad is really good. I just don't see anybody being Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, Ian Gary, I'm looking at it, decision's probably the way to go.
I think it's going to stop him.
4 straight decision wins. I was going to say a sub. Maybe just because I keep looking at Nick in the booth and the subathons in my head. Somebody got to get a fucking submission.
They'll probably happen earlier in the night.
But on the main card, it's like Ian's going to win that. And then Merab versus Henry Cejudo.
Boy, listen. This is such a bad fight for Henry Cejudo.
Cejudo's like, yo, this is all or nothing. Either I win and I want the next title shot, or I lose and I retire. And might as well just lay those gloves down right now in the ring.
So, if you're thinking about retiring, Merab's not the right guy to fight.
No. You got one foot out, he going to put both.
So, when you get older, as talking to fighters over the years, the hardest part is training camp, right? It's the hardest part. It's the hardest part to get up and do training camp every day. The fight's not the hard part. Training is, because it wears you down. And it makes you wonder, do I still want to do this anymore? No matter how good your training camp is, it wears you down. Merab loves to train, right? He loves rolling. He loves going after people. If you talk to anybody in that gym, I've talked to Aljo over the years, Ray Longo, Matt Serra, they're just like, the dude just likes to fucking fight. What he did to Petr Yan, he took that man's soul that night.
Yeah.
With like 7 trillion takedown attempts. And however many he took him down that night. This is a fight where Henry Cejudo is going to feel good for about 3 or 4 minutes. He's going to hit a wall. And he's going to realize, I do not want to be here.
No, Father Time has caught up to me.
It's not. It's that, and it's like this level of relentlessness. I can't deal with this.
But you would think like his wrestling background would make him like the perfect person to deal with this, but he's not the same Henry that left as Triple C.
It's
those years off. Like you're not getting that back. It wasn't like he was training. Like he was like partying. He got like big, and he got the belly, and he was living life. And
ask anybody who is a wrestler over the years, the Cormiers of the world, the Chuck Liddells, the Sprawling Brawlers. It gets harder and harder to stop a takedown attempt. And you're going to have a guy that's going to shoot for like 50 of them. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? Like, it ain't like Cejudo's going to be, because he may be able to shrug one of them off. But then another one's coming, and another one's coming, and another one's coming. And now you're in like the second round, and you're in the corner between, like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Every fighter I've ever talked to that is retired, me and Dean Thomas had this conversation, I think, last week on Sirius. There is a moment when you realize, like, I don't want to fight anymore, and it happens in the middle of a fight. It doesn't happen when the fight's over. You realize, Luke Rockhold said the same thing. In the middle of the fight, you're like, this shit ain't for me anymore.
Yep.
And you got somebody like Merab who ain't going to stop. He's not gonna. You all right? He ain't gonna do that. He's not gonna give you space to breathe. Cejudo's about to get done. He better hope for a Hail Mary because he is about to. Boy,
I don't see a way he's winning that.
Merab is the uncrowned champion at bantamweight. I don't see anybody beating that man at bantamweight.
No.
Not Cheeto, not O'Malley, none of them. None of them.
O'Malley gotta again land the perfect punch at the perfect time.
You gotta hope you catch him coming in.
That's it. Pray and hope.
Because he did that to Petr Yan for 25 minutes.
And it's not like Merab is like undefeated or it's just he's the perfect case of when you hit your stride, you hit your stride.
I mean, once you figure it out, you figure it out. And
yeah, like getting subbed by Ricky Simon early on, that was ridiculous. Lost his first fight in the UFC. So he lost 2 of his first 3 in the UFC. And then that's it.
Yeah, he lost very early in his career.
And then the animal came out, and it was different.
It's like, dude, you trade with Aljamain Sterling, right? You trade with Sarah Longo gym is this an incredible gym. Like, those guys, they all say, everybody talks about, man, Sarah Ray Longo is strategizing. I just don't think Cejudo has, he can't Dillashaw him. He can't Big Brother him. He's not going to take I don't even think he's going to get a chance to take the center of the octagon. I think Merab just come out of there like a bat out of hell and be
back to the fence.
Yeah, the whole and Merab is so good at putting you on the fence and then pulling your legs out from under you. Cejudo was taken down by Aljo.
Yeah.
And that's the worst part about it. Aljo's right there telling Merab exactly what to do. This is how I beat him. You're better than me at this. Like, Aljo's a strong grappler. Like, Aljo will get you, trap you, bring you down. Merab's relentless.
Yeah.
He's going to wear Cejudo's ass out. I don't think he's going to stop him, though. I think it's just going to be real bad. And, like, at the end of the second round, they're going to go to the corner, and Cejudo's going to be and Merab's going to be looking just to see how he is, and I'm just going to keep trying to run him over. It's going to be a rough night for Henry Cejudo.
No one goes out easy in MMA.
No.
It's rarely do you get the heroes sign.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not in the cards.
Merab Dvalishvili is the Gennady Golovkin of MMA. He's a happy, relentless,
frightening man.
Yeah, killer, right? Like, he stole O'Malley's jacket and it made him so charming to people, but he wanted to kill O'Malley. Like, he's a nut, man. He's nuts.
Anthony Hernandez, Kopylov to start the fight.
I didn't realize Anthony Hernandez was at middleweight now.
Yeah, he's about to get knocked out. I don't care what.
Oh, he is. Like, Kopylov looks like he's 12. That's the one thing that always kills me when I see Kopylov fight. I'm like, how old is he? Like 12? No.
One of Ben Askren's many children.
Yeah.
Just tiny little clip.
That's to open the card. Overall, like, this is a really good card.
Yeah.
290 is a really good card. I'm probably going to be in wine country. I may not watch it till the next morning. But
depends how many wine bottles deep you are at this point.
I'm drinking a lot. I'm drinking a lot, then I'm going on a diet. I got to get this out of my system. But I'll probably wake up and watch this card in the morning. But anybody who's on the fence, like, should I get this? No, this is one of the better pay-per-views. Yeah. This stretch of pay-per-views is really good. The fact that you got Cejudo and Merab as, like, the second fight on the main card, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And I'm telling you, 299 stacked the entire way through. 300 is going to be stacked the entire way through. Once you hit this main pay-per-view card, all the rest of the you're getting your money's worth for the next 3 fights. So it's going to be one hell of a thing. Can't wait to recap and see what happens next week. And then hopefully we know the main event to UFC 300 by the time we come.
They got to announce it. I mean,
something.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I think
you got to tell somebody because somebody got to train. They got to start cutting weight.
Do you see Dana White on Howie Mandel show?
Why'd you walk off?
Dog,
I just saw a clip.
He's just fed up.
Didn't even say anything.
That's the beginning of the podcast. Howie Mandel's like, you're a great businessman, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm really fucking tired of doing podcasts. Just walked off. I think he was thinking about 300. He didn't have a main event, and he was like, I don't feel like doing this. I don't want to do this.
Howie's like, the fuck? Like, he was very nice to him.
Yeah. Dana's got other shit going on.
Yeah, Dana was thinking about someone like probably right before then was like, I'll take the fight. Then he was going on to the set for the podcast, and they're like, well, no, I can't do it. He's just like, fuck this guy. Like,
yeah, I don't want to.
I'm never finding a main event. So, yeah, Dana was pissed. It's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you guys follow us on Patreon. Like we said earlier in the show, subs are going up. The shows are super fun. You guys get to watch us every single week. So that is really, really cool there. Everyone's enjoying their time. Make sure you like and subscribe wherever you guys listen to podcasts as well. Follow us on the socials. Also, we still have pro wrestling show dropping this week, so make sure you guys check out that show, the boxing show I did earlier in the week. You know, you guys got a little boxing on this one as well. Man, it's about to be fun. We're about to ramp up in all combat sports, and we're on the road to WrestleMania too. So much stuff going on. We appreciate you all. Until next time, we're out.
Peace.